All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to discuss the percent proportion. And I apologize if I seem a little frustrated. I recorded this in 3 other videos this evening, only to discover my sound didn't record, so it was super exciting. So in this lesson, I'm going to deviate from the way the book explains it. I think the book makes it harder than it needs to. I'm not really sure why it decides to go around that path, but it did. And instead of trying to make this a harder concept than it needs to be, I'm just going to tell you how to do it in a simpler way. Okay, moving forward. What is a percent? A percent's a ratio that compares a number to 100. So we are asked to express each percent as a fraction or mixed number. So I'm going to take my percentage, which is 79, divided by 100, and then reduce it down if possible. Nope, cannot reduce down. Same thing, I have 107 over 100, which means that can go into 1 time and there's 7 left over out of 100. Same thing idea, same thing here. I have 0.5 over 100. However, you can't have both a decimal and a fraction. So we need to pick one. In this case, it's asking me to take each percentage and write it as a fraction, so I don't really have a choice which one I get to pick. So I need to change this into a fraction. In order to do this, I need to get the decimal away. It's right here. In order to do this, I need to multiply both by a factor of 10. Multiplying by 10 causes us to turn into a 5, and then this into 1,000. And then we can reduce this by 5. So I get 1 over 200. So I recommend writing these down. So when you see the percent sign, we want to turn that into a decimal. When I see the word of, we're going to multiply. The word is means equals. And what is the unknown or missing piece? I usually use a question mark. So 40%, which is 0.4 or 0.40 of 30 is what number? My cat's drinking from his water bowl. It's concerned me for a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and take that multiplication, and I should get 12. So what I can say here, if I can make a little bit more sense of it, is 40% of the number 30 is 12. Next one, 24% of 25 is what number? So 0.24 times 25 equals what? I'm going to do that in my calculator. I should get 6. Kelsey took a survey of students in her lunch period. 42 out of the 70 students Kelsey surveyed said they had a pet. What percent had pets? So when we do this, we are going to do our piece or our part divided by the whole. So in this case, we want to know who had a pet and the total. So it told me that I had 42 students who had a pet and 70 students total. So 42 divided by 70 gives me 0.6, but it asks for a percent. So in order to turn that into a percentage, I take that times 100, and that gives me 60%. Try this one, pause it, see what you come up with. And you should get 65%. All right, same general idea, but slightly different order. So 67.5 is 75% of what number? So this time my unknown guy is being multiplied by my percentage. So to undo that multiplication, I divide. And dividing will cause it to turn into 1, and when 1 times anything is just itself, so it doesn't matter. So my handy dandy calculator, I'm going to take 67.5 divided by 0.75, and we should get number 90. That would be that in red. I want you to try this one and see what you come up with. I know it's slightly different than the ones we first started with, but I think you can handle these. So pause this one and see what you come back with. You should get the number 85. Woohoo! All right, your assignment, if you haven't already looked at it, is on Classroom.